In this video, I'm going to provide you a little background on the Liberal Arts Transfer Science, Math, and Technology program, and then share with you some of my objectives, goals for this academic years, and major activities that we'll be engaging in as a advising team. I want to take a moment to talk about how these various degrees or pre-majors were developed. When I started at Madison College as an instructor about 13 years ago, we originally had only 3 degrees. You had Liberal Arts Transfer Arts, LAT Science, and LAT Engineering, and that was it. The challenge with this is that with the exception of LAT Engineering, you had absolutely no idea what the intent was of students in the LAT Arts or LAT Science degree programs. You had no way of knowing if students were interested in math or psychology or history or education or social work. And so the challenge was serving these students well when you didn't know what they intended to do after transfer. So the decision was made, and I'm a little fuzzy on exactly when this came to pass. I want to say it was 2 years ago, but don't hold me to that. But at some point, the decision was made to offer these pre-majors. The LAT Arts was split into Arts and Humanities, Economics and Pre-Business, Education, and Social Sciences. Your LAT Engineering remained LAT Engineering, and the LAT Science, what was originally Liberal Arts Transfer Science, was split into Liberal Arts Transfer Pre-Professional Health for those students who intend to go into health professionals after transfer. So that would be nursing school, medical school, dental school, veterinary school, etc. And then for all of the other various, and I'm speaking broadly, science, math, and technology disciplines, they would fall into the LAT Science, Math, and Technology. So those are the students that we serve in the LAT Science, Math, and Technology major or pre-major. Speaking of majors, one of the biggest challenges that I had when I first started as the coordinator for LAT-SMT was figuring out, okay, who are the students that we serve? Which majors are represented in LAT-SMT and which majors are not. And so one of the resources that I used was the Major Mania site. So the Major Mania site lists all of the areas of study, and then under those areas of study, majors that are offered at all of the UW schools and WTCS schools, I should say, as well. And so using that resources, I was able to develop a list of areas of study as well as the majors of potential majors of the students that will be in the LAT-SMT program. Now, please do not view this as an exclusive list. And also understand that I have taken some liberties with some of the terms and under which category or area of study I have listed some of these majors. But you can see just looking at the diversity of these majors that we have a very diverse population in LAT-SMT in terms of what their intent is after they transfer. And that's why it was so important to reach out and recruit advisors from so many different departments so that we could serve these students effectively. We are the Liberal Arts Transfer Science, Math, and Technology advising team. We support students who are in this program. This team consists of the faculty advisors who will be meeting and advising students directly, developing resources for our students, as well as hopefully training and supporting new faculty advisors that come on board throughout the upcoming semesters. The faculty advisor consultants are faculty who want to support students through advising, but either don't have the time or don't feel that they have the training to do it directly. So they're going to play a more consulting role where they can have input and give us feedback on some of the resources and tools that we develop for our students through advising. Career advisors from our faculty are very important. They can help students understand the potential career pathways based on their interests. Many times, students will know, well, they like botany, or they like natural resources, or they like physics, but they really don't know, well, what kind of career opportunities are out there. And many of you as faculty have knowledge of this. And many of you also have contacts at other universities and colleges in specific areas that you can connect the students with. So that's the role of the career advisors. And as the program coordinator, ultimately I'm responsible for the advising team. It is my job to manage and support the work that we do. So it's my job to make sure you have the support that you need, the resources that you need to fulfill your roles as advisors, advisor consultants, and career advisors. When I became the coordinator for LAT-SMT, there wasn't a lot for me to work with. There was no job description. I sort of had to figure out what I needed to do. And to sort of get a handle on that, I developed my own ideas in terms of objectives, goals, and tried to develop a list of major activities that as an advising team we would engage in. And I want to share that with you, but I want you to understand that this is sort of my first sort of rough draft of what we should be doing, or what I thought we should be doing as an advising team. Okay, I want to make sure you understand that I expect for these ideas to change and to be modified as we begin to meet and interact with a team, as you become more comfortable and experienced in your roles on the advising team, and that these objectives and description of what we do and our goals will change. But I wanted to give you some background on what I have done, why I have done it, and where I'm headed, for lack of a better description. So when I look at the objective for faculty advising for our LAT-SMT students, basically what we're trying to do is just assist students in successfully transferring from Madison College to a four-year institution of their choice to pursue a degree in STEM. That's really at the core of what we do. Ideally, we would like for students to complete their associate's degree with us and to be able to enroll in junior level classes at their transfer institution. Ideally, that's going to give the student the best outcomes. So what are some of the major activities that we're going to engage in as an advising team to help achieve these objectives? Number one, as advisors, we're partnering with students to develop course plans and a roadmap to successful transfer. A course plan is a list of courses and the sequence in which the students are going to take them. And I'll talk more about that a little later. But what I find is most students who plan on transferring have no plan. And as you know, if you have no plan, the likelihood of success is much less than if you do have a plan. I like to say that nobody plans to fail, but lots of people fail to plan. We're going to provide resources to students that will help them understand the transfer process. Many students, they don't know where to begin because they don't understand the process. Part of advising them is helping them to understand what's involved in the process so that they can make informed decisions. We're going to provide resources to students which will empower them to take action. Sometimes students won't take action because they don't feel confident that they'll make the right decisions, or they're not even, or they have no idea what is the right decision. We want to empower them, providing them with the information that they need so that they can take primary responsible for implementing this plan and roadmap that we're going to develop with them. And we're, of course, going to provide answers to questions that the students pose and connect them with resources so that they can address questions or resolve any issues that pose a barrier to successful transfer. In a nutshell, those are the major activities I see us as a advising team engaging in to support students successfully transferring into STEM fields. So what are some of the major activities that we'll be engaging in as a advising team? Well, of course, our advisors, our faculty advisors, will be meeting with students and partnering with them to develop course plans and a roadmap to successful transfer. A course plan is nothing more than a list of courses in a particular sequence from semester to semester while they're with us here at Madison College. What I find is most students have no plan to transfer. They have a goal. They can tell you where they want to transfer. They might be able to tell you when, but that's about it. And of course, as you know, if you don't have a plan, you are less likely to be successful compared to if you do have a plan. I like to tell students, no one plans to fail, but lots of people fail to plan. This roadmap and course plan gives a student a plan. Second, we provide resources to students to help them understand the transfer process. That allows them to make more informed decisions and take action. And taking action is very important. We can put together, with the students' assistance, great plans, great roadmaps, but it's all for naught if they don't take action to implement the plans. We can tell them what classes they need to take, but they have to register for them. We can tell them who they need to meet with at UW-Madison and when they're going to be on campus, but they have to sign up to meet with these transfer advisors at the various institutions. By providing them with the resources that they need, helping them to understand the process, they'll be more inclined, they'll be less overwhelmed, they'll be more confident in what they need to do, and they're more likely to take action when they need to. And of course, questions come up all the time. Usually urgent questions that need to be resolved, fairly quickly to remove barriers to successful transfer. And so as an advising team, we help respond to student questions and challenges that they're having. I want to share some of my goals for this academic year. Number one was to establish a SharePoint site to support students in the program. Currently, there's not really a site that provides the type of support for our students that they need. So top priority was getting a SharePoint site up. I have one that's up, ready for testing by you, and I hope that in the coming weeks that you'll provide the feedback necessary to develop and ultimately allow that site to be ready to go live in the early spring semester. Key was to actually recruit members of the advising team. There's no way that I can adequately serve such a large number of students in such a diverse disciplines by myself. And so I want to thank you so much for stepping up and agreeing to participate in the advising team. So that's a major was a major goal and still is. I still think that we need to continue to expand the number of faculty that are advising students in this program. Build the infrastructure to train and support the members of the advising team. So there are lots of resources that can assist and support the work that we do as advisors or as an advising team. What I find is it's very decentralized. It's all over the the website and the intranet. And so one of my goals is to help centralize it so that you can access the tools and resources you need to be effective advisors. And then lastly, I want to reach out to our off campus partners that have been advising our students before and after transfer for years. They know the challenges. And I want to know, I want them to know that how we advise students and the support that we provide to our students is changing, and how we can work together and form partnerships and collaborate for the benefit of our students. So that's just sort of a snapshot of what my goals have been and continue to be for this academic year. I want to take a step back and revisit those objectives that I listed for faculty advising, assisting students to successfully transfer in 4 years, and ideally having them transfer such that they can have their associate's degree with us and also enroll in junior level classes. To do this, there has to be some planning involved. And that's where the course plan, which I alluded to earlier, comes into play. And I'm going to share a little bit about what a course plan is and how I use it, but that's going to be covered in a subsequent video. When developing a course plan, there's basic information you have to get from the student, such as what their interests are, their intended major, where they intend to transfer, etc. Then using that information, we can actually put together a semester by semester plan where the student sort of sees what courses they're going to take when they take those courses, to ensure that they have the credits necessary to obtain their associate's degree, and that they have taken the 1 and 2 year level courses that'll give them the prerequisites that they need to transfer into junior level courses. Critical when putting together a course plan for students is using the transfer guide to make sure that the student satisfies all the requirements for the LAT-SMT associate's degree. So that's part of the course plan as well. Before ending the video, I wanted to mention the SharePoint site, which I have provided a short video that will provide you with some orientation to the SharePoint site. But we will use this site as a source of information for our students, and they'll also be able to request an initial meeting with an advisor, and when they request that meeting, they'll be asked to provide the information that's needed to start developing that course plan. In bringing this video to a close, I just want to say again, thank you for agreeing to serve on the advising team. I'm very excited about what we're going to do for our students, and it would not be possible without your generous contribution in time, knowledge, and expertise. So thank you.